And we just created our own channel, which is very exciting for Jimmy, because Jimmy, that means you're the boss of the channel. You and I are both the bosses. So nobody can tell us what to do. You've always wanted to be the boss. Or what to say.
How to act. Or who to be. Or okay. I'm calm now.
Are you calm?
I'm calm, yeah.
We do have a guest.
Making me crazy.
Well, I did see a real live radio personality in this establishment.
Where?
Is Pete?
There really
Is
is
Pete in
somebody
the
in that
office, or is Pete here? Where's Pete? Come on out here, Pete. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna pull a little bit. Do I get enough slack there? We do. Pete, come on over. Have a seat right here. All right.
I'm here. I'm with you.
Thank you very much. Pete McKenzie is here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be our first. Yeah, don't lock that over. Pete is from WZLX. Jimmy Myers.
Jimmy.
Pete,
No,
Honor,
my
Jimmy.
pleasure.
Oh man,
It's
really?
So good to
How
see
many
you.
years?
It's gotta be his honor since he was your intern.
Whatever
He
you
knows
say,
your
Mr.
history.
McKenzie.
That's right.
That's right. Whatever you say. What can I get you for? How many years have you been at WZLX?
WZLX for 10 years.
God
10
bless
years
you.
now. Yeah, we've been fortunate. We've been lucky to stay in one place for 10 years.
Longevity
Before
is
that,
a wonderful thing, my friend.
it is. We moved for 20 years before that, so we're happy to be here.
And so it's Karlson and McKenzie in the morning and WZLX with the wonderful Heather as well. Scentless survey.
Love that.
I know something about the census survey, but I'm not going to tell it on this because then it forever.
Well, yeah, of course. You wouldn't want to do that.
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
That'd be foolish.
I know that. Well, you know I have a friend named Chuck Nolan who works with you.
Oh, Chuck, yeah, he's got great teeth. Chuck's got the nicest teeth I've ever seen.
And one of the
nice talent, but he's got great teeth.
He's got a great,
But Pete, think
great
of this.
talent. Great
you
talent.
show up
Sir.
on the day of a legend's birthday. Today is Tom Ellis's birthday, I'm
Tom
told.
Ellis's
is that correct?
birthday.
Do you know what Tom
Tom
Ellis
Ellis
is?
I gotta help you
Long
there, Tom. I
time,
feel
long
bad now.
time
That's right.
anchor at Channel 40 years ago. All you folks out there that remember TV
He's the
news
first
and
$1
TV
million
news is really,
anchor
yeah,
in
first $1
television.
million anchor in
No
TV.
kidding.
He left Boston to go to New York.
Okay.
Legendary guy. And
Took
Tom
his
is about-
millions and went to New York.
No.
Okay.
He got millions to go to New
When he-
York.
That's
Okay.
right.
But
Ah.
the staying factor of this man, I believe Tom put in over 50 years in the business. And when you were talking to me, when you were just telling me about the 20 years of moving around and
Right.
everything, the beauty of this business is your staying power, Pete. And you have the ability to sustain
So
and
far,
still
yeah.
do it.
So far.
And you're blessed every day. I try to tell every broadcaster, I got 46 years in this business, and every day is a gift.
Yeah.
So please enjoy it. And when you tomorrow morning when you wake up, just wake up saying, you know, Jimmy told me something last night.
Yeah.
You know, this is right. We are blessed. People are listening.
You're not working for a living.
know,
You're
I get to-
entertaining for a living. You're
Exactly.
having fun for a living.
I
Yeah.
get to take
No.
people to work, get them up for breakfast, take them to work, do all the stuff I do.
Are
and
you
you
mic'd
like
up?
it.
Oh, you're mic'd up.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
wondering why. This is okay. You
No.
got
I
How's this working?
my mouth moves, but I don't say anything.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Though. We get up every morning and think to ourselves,
Right.
we're not working for a living. The hardest part is getting up.
Yeah.
That's the
Got
hardest
it.
part.
And what time do you
That's
get up
great.
in the morning? Most people don't realize.
Yeah, I get up at 3.
3.
Because
right?
I jump on, believe it or not, I jump on a treadmill for a half hour.
Good man.
That's good. No,
Okay.
you should.
That's good.
Yeah, before
That's
I go,
good.
I got to wake up. That's
That's
the only
good.
way to wake up.
Okay.
So, I'm in work by 4:30. We're done by 10. We do a little meeting after work. I get home by noon. Could be on the golf course by 1 or on a ski slope by 1.
Are you playing these 18? Are you one of these golf fanatics too?
Oh, of course.
How many holes do you play? 18?
I'll play when I can.
Okay.
As long, yeah, when you can, because I understand recently you had a little accident in the kitchen, did you, with a certain knife?
Well, yeah, cutting one of my favorite foods. I was cutting bread, Jimmy, and just sliced the finger open. But that's
Oh, goodness.
that's okay. I've recovered from that. But we're back. We're
But you
back
can still
on
swing
course.
the old club.
Of course.
Do you know?
Okay.
Do you know what the secret is when you have a cut finger or at the end of an art? Do you know what to do?
You suck at the blood.
No, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that. Crazy glue.
Crazy glue, I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I spent 4 hours at Framingham Union Emergency Room instead.
He said, forget the glue. I think I'm going to go to hospital because it looks like it's real serious and there's real blood
I
coming out
might
of
see
it.
bone in there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah. So, but good stuff,
Tell
man.
me
Good
about.
seeing you.
Tell me about.
Wait,
the union.
before you go, hang on a second. Hang
Go
on. Hold to that thought. Because he mentioned something a few minutes ago that I want to ask. Because you gave me talk show hosts, journalists or not.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would go journalists because of their knowledge and their ability to communicate. Comedians don't work too well on the radio, only because they have a standard set and they know how to deliver that standard set. Usually they're not good communicators.
All right, so hang on.
Yeah.
I am a talk show host. I am not a journalist because I'm not telling stories. I'm giving my opinions about the stories. And I'm trying to balance entertainment at the same time as I'm giving information.
Some can do it. I'm not saying,
I can balance both.
some can
I've been
do
a
it.
talk show host. I've been a news. I've done news. I've done sports. So the whole aspect for me, Pete, is the fact, and we have this debate sometimes, he and I, whereas I'm a facts type of person. I'm a person that wants to get you the information. The most important thing is to get you the information.
Sure.
I can entertain you, or I can sit here and have laughs and jokes and talks and so forth, but I take my craft very seriously because I'm on the phone day and night talking to people. I'm gathering information that other people cannot get. And it's time for me, when I'm sitting in front of this camera, I'm disseminating that information to you good people out there. And if I'm working with you, you can do whatever you want to do, but I know where I'm going to go, and I know where I want us to go. Now, this is what I wanted to ask you. Your partners and the people that you work with.
Right.
The hardest factor in the world is by being a solo artist, which I've been many times, and I've worked with him, which is good because we have a bond. Most people don't understand the rhythm and the timing of what you have to do with your partner on the air. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we've been together for 30 years, 30 plus years. And we've been in 10 different markets, twice in Boston. You got to develop, number one in my mind, is you got to develop trust between each other.
It has to be.
You have to trust each other. And like you say, you have to know your role. And that means having the facts. That means backing up your statements. That means being prepared. But I think trust is the big thing. You have to find somebody that, number one, you get along with. You're going to have your differences.
Yes.
But number two, you trust them. I mean, I trust the guy that I work with. I would do anything for him, and I know he'd do anything for me. So
it doesn't get any better than that.
And
it is truly
now
a
the girl we
marriage
work
on
with,
the air.
she's a backstabber.
I know, don't say that. I'll defend you, Heather. I
No.
met her for the
No,
first
but
time
it's
in this
truly-
establishment,
it's truly-
and I love Heather.
Okay, but it's truly a marriage of three people. And you have to figure out a way to blend that so it works, because the most important thing you're trying to project to the audience that's listening to you, these people are professionals and they're doing their job. And they get along.
For sure.
Because sometimes there are going to be days when, hey, look, maybe he's got a little attitude, maybe she's got a little attitude. I've got to balance this and keep us on track. That we get this job done, because that's all people care about.
Jimmy, I'll tell you, I'm impressed with crews that can work together and develop a relationship. But the guy that can go on the radio and fill 4 hours by himself and be entertaining amazes me. I'm amazed.
I've done it too many times.
He's done it a lot.
I've done it more times than you would ever believe. And I can
I think it's. I don't know if I could do it for 4 hours.
Oh, I could. I've done 6 hours at times.
I love
because,
it. And see, I would listen to you and I would watch you.
Because see, the whole thing for me is whether it's, I think the biggest point in my career was the fact when Joe Fitzgerald of the Herald, God bless you, Joe, talked me into doing serious radio. Because for 38 years, most people only knew me as a sportscaster.
That's serious as a mood and emotion, not serious the satellite. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Sorry.
Go ahead. You're talking about serious radio.
It's a foul word in our language.
And I'm talking about, most people didn't know that I read 5 newspapers a day. Most people didn't know that I study day and night about the world. Sports just happens to be a little tiny part of it, but I love sports so much that I said, I'd rather do sports. They said, well, why? I said, because if somebody gets hit in the head with a football, you can laugh about that. Somebody gets shot in the head or has their head cut off, that's much more serious. But I've always been a person that was interested in world issues. So here was a chance to tackle serious radio. I said, it's not that hard, guys. Because the bottom line is, in serious radio, your facts must be even better. And if you're doing radio talk, you have to be on top of every issue.
No doubt.
You have to know the people you can pick up the phone, call, and trust them. Look, they're going to give me accurate information. I don't have anything to worry about, and I know what I'm putting out on the air is significant. So 4 hours was nothing for me. In fact, many times, I would feel like I was running out of time.
Right, yeah. I got too much stuff that I want to talk about. And not enough time
I
to
go
get it in.
on like, and I say, okay, I got 4 hours. And I'd be looking at all this stuff, and all the stuff I'm running in my brain at the same. Oh, Lord.
I got to the first top of this before, and I still have a whole bunch more to go here.
That's the beauty of what we're doing right now, and that's webcasting. There are no ramifications. There are no restrictions.
We're the boss.
We're the boss. When I'm in terrestrial radio, I mean, you've got the corporation coming
course.
down on it. You got
Yep.
the general manager,
Yep.
program director, sales. They
Like
want
you
this,
said, that meeting must be drudgery after being on the air those hours sometimes. Now I got to go in here and have somebody critique me who basically doesn't know what I know, because if they did, they'd be on the air.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's nothing personal to management
Speaking the
people,
truth.
but I've always said this: those who can do, those who can't teach or become general managers.
Well, now, wait a second.
That's
I'm
what
going
I
to defend the teachers out there
Go
for a
for
moment,
it.
because that is obviously something that's very special to me. Because as you know, I teach the next generation.
That's true.
I'm
But I'm not talking about
broadcasters,
you.
okay?
Just need direction.
But you're an exception to the rule. I said those who can't
I
become
appreciate
management. Okay? They become management. So they want to
Oh,
run rough
that's
or
That's it, Jimmy. You
we
got
gotta
some
hold-
more management people.
We gotta
that are really
hold
gonna
this
help
talent.
out.
We gotta hold Pete. We gotta
Right.
hold this talent in check. We
This
gotta
guy's
make sure
got
those-
teacher written all over
Yeah,
his
yeah,
face, though. He does. I mean,
No,
look
no,
at it. He's got the
and
big
we talk
smile
together.
going all the time.
But I always tell people,
Absolutely.
the hardest thing in the world to do is to try to rein in talent. Talent is like a flower. It's going to grow on its own. All you have to do is cultivate the flower, give it enough manure, whatever, give it enough to feed it,
Right,
and
fluff
then
it up
let
a
it
little bit.
go.
Yeah.
You can't try to channel what true talent really is. And I see so little of it in our business, because most of it comes from most of the people that are on the air. They go through what's called Star School. Did you ever go to Star School?
I didn't go to see.
There
no,
you
I didn't
go.
go to CSB.
Good. So
Around here, it's
Connecticut
star.
Sports.
Not
Oh,
say.
not-
That's a bad word around me.
It's just say
Star school.
Star School.
Star
But
school.
I'm just saying,
He's talking about something. I know where you're going.
I never once would even listen to management when they said, "Well, we just think
No
about
kidding.
going to this." No, I said, "Listen
Sorry.
to me. The one thing I do."
Oh, I
my
know what
business.
you mean. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know my
The
business. I don't
conventions.
need
Yeah.
anyone to tell me how to do it.
Right.
I've been there. I was there at the pioneering days of ESPN. I was telling Jimmy, when ESPN used to stick the ESPN logo. This is the Worldwide Broadcast Network now, the Worldwide Sports Network. Used to stick their little logos on cameras with Velcro.
Yes,
They had
right.
Velcro stickers,
Right.
and you could not even get a credential in Boston. Now, Bob Lee, Chris Berman, all of y'all know I'm telling the truth, because you couldn't get up here until I came to work at ESPN. You couldn't even get a credential in this town. But the moment I went to work there, doors were open.
Wow.
Right? Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, this
That's
is
actually
this is
true.
Like
this
what,
is
that had-
mega
it-
stuff. 1981.
81. Because they went on the air, what, at 70?
79.
79. Yeah.
And Pete, it was amazing.
cool.
I used to sit there and go, guys, one night Chris Berman couldn't get into Fenway Park. Today, they would open up Fenway Park and give Fenway Park to
course.
ESPN if they wanted to.
Right.
That night
And
he couldn't
have,
get
actually, I think.
in. So what happens? I get a call. Now I just got home. I worked 6-7 days a week. I just got home. We need you to call over to Fenway Park, because Chris is sitting outside and he can't get in. The famous Chris Berman. Yeah, Chris, you and I both know it. Yeah. One call. Chris was in. Chris said, "How does he do it?" I said, "Because I started at Channel 4. I worked here for 8 years, and everybody knew me." So
And
Celtics,
Dick
Bruins,
Brashani liked
and
you.
It wasn't just that.
It helped.
Cultivating relationships,
That's
man.
right.
And
You
they
did.
knew. They said, "Look,
Yeah.
Jimmy, we'll let him in this
Right,
time."
right.
But after a while, a couple of years, I was there for a year and close to 2 years. But by the time I left in '83, now they're the Worldwide Sports Network, still using Velcro stickers. And I'm sitting
Oh,
there
those
laughing.
aren't Velcro stickers
And-
anymore on that
no,
set.
no,
I
but
gotta
but
tell
I'm
you.
I'm sitting there laughing when I look at this today, and I say to myself, "Oh, if they only knew, I could write chapter and verse," because they just come out of the famous trailer. They used to do the first sports centers were done in a trailer, and it was
true.
With
freezing.
a cardboard set.
And it was
spray
freezing.
painted.
The trailer would get so cold, their lips would turn blue. I got there a week after they moved into the new building, and they took me out to the trailer. "Oh, you need to go see something."
Oh,
I looked at the trailer, Pete, and I said, "If you had called me here a week ago, I'd have said, no thanks. I'll wait till you guys grow into a building, because I'm not going to have blue lips on black skin. It's not going to
Which
work."
didn't take long. I mean, when they did
man.
explode, they took over.
Yeah.
And,
well,
and with very
the
little.
explosion came when ABC bought them from Getty.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Because Getty used them really as a tax write-off. Because Getty's a giant oil company making billions of dollars. And if a $200 million loss shows up in the books because you're running ESPN, great. We'll just let them keep writing it off.
Of course.
But the moment they sold it to Disney/ABC, game. Everything, the game changed completely, and they became, bingo, they became this mega entity. And one day there will be other sports networks that will come along, like Fox is trying to do it now.
No,
that will compete
actually,
with them.
Jimmy, there actually are 3 or 4 of them now. NBC Sports
Yeah,
Network,
I know, NBC
Fox
Sports,
Sports
Fox
1.
Sports, yes,
yes,
but
yes.
they're not there. People
Well,
still
the
turn
point
to
is how
ESPN
long
first.
it took them to get a challenger.
There you go.
And now they're coming out of the woodwork
There you
because
go.
because they got backing, got corporate backing,
We're going
CBS,
after them,
NBC.
too. One viewer at a time, baby. That's what it's.
Paul's keeping track.
Well, let's talk about this place because I know you live in the hood and you're friends with Paul, and that's why you're here, really. I mean,
Usually
come
the
on.
only time my mouth is moving in this place is when I'm eating their food or drinking their beverages, and I'm telling you,
They make a great burger.
they got a great
Oh,
burger.
my gosh,
I
they
heard
make
you
a great
mention
burger.
Paul, and Paul really does go out. Paul Handy,
Good
the
guy.
owner operator here at
a
Nobby's.
wonderful man.
Dude goes out and gets his own fish
Yep.
4 times a week. You got the fresh seafood all the time. You got the libations. You got great bartenders, Tara and Keith. I love them all. And we get we watch our Pats games here. I've watched Celtics NBA playoff games. I was here when the Bruins won the cup. I was in this place when the Bruins won the cup in 11. We had a great time. We were doing some illegal things outside after that. I won't get into it.
He's at least admitting this.
That's 3 years ago. all
That's right.
So
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But I love coming to Nobby's, and I love the patrons and the bartenders. Paul's been a great friend, and it's been great meeting you guys. I got to tell you.
Well, hey, if it wasn't for you and the promotion, I wouldn't be here. Because when I came in for the first time, I'll admit it, I was like, this is a great room. This room would be a great room for a sports talk show. And, of course, next Monday night, the Patriots are playing on Monday night against Kansas City. And you're a pretty big sports fan.
I might be down here for that. I might be down.
We'd love to have you.
Well,
as a
then you're
road
going to be on the
game,
air again.
That's right. We're going to put you on the air again.
Hey,
You're going to
take commercials.
You're going to be here with us.
I don't
I'm sorry.
mind.
Nope, you're going to be here with us.
I'll be anxious to talk Pats with you, or Celtics, or Red
WZLX,
Sox, or
sorry,
Bruins,
you're gonna have some
anytime.
competition.
Anytime.
We're going to take him as many times as we can.
You guys get back to your show. I'm going to go sit with my lovely wife and daughter.
Please say hello.
Thank you
And
so
Pete,
much.
do me a favor. You see this table right here? This is filled with some of my my proteges. My young broadcasters are over there, and they come out and they do a show on Sundays with me, and they're here now to support this. So go over, give them a thrill. Tell them what a real guy, a real celebrity is about, as opposed to.
Well, the
anyway,
only way they're going to know that is if they buy me a drink.
that won't be difficult for them either.
Keep up the great
You are
work.
truly a media guy. Everything for free. Isn't that what it's about?
Absolutely,
Up
Jim.
to great
Pete
work.
McKenzie of Karlson
Keep up the
McKenzie.
great
Give it
work,
up.
big fella.
Give it up. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. And we were talking sports.